Hi friends, it's Chrissy. Welcome to or back to my channel. And today's another installment of Chrissy Sells Her Decks. So there was not a new set of decks that went up last week. I've been dealing with some weird health stuff. I'm fine. I'm just cranky. So that's where I'll leave it. This week I'm playing with a few things since it has been 2 weeks since my last upload. Any decks that I still have from the previous 2 videos are going to be discounted. So I'm not going to go through all of that here, but you can check the site. Hopefully I'll remember to put it there. If not, it's theyogastill.com/decks. And I'm also playing with doing some groupings, some families of decks for multiple mass market decks that go together or fit around a theme in my mind, seeing if there's a way to rehome some of my mass market decks other than putting them in the little libraries around town. So we'll see what all we get through today. I have a couple that I'm having a hard time parting with. I plan to do after today at least 1, if not 2 more videos like this. I'm struggling to let go of a few, and I also have a few pairings that I'm excited about, but I need to get together. And also I've got a guidebook that I can't find. So I have a really cool, what I'm calling a kitchen witch bundle, but I can't find the guidebook for dirt gems, but I'm working on it. So that's something to look forward to for next week. So I'm rambling. Let's get to the decks. The first deck for today is the Mundane Magic Tarot. The time that I spent with this deck, I really enjoyed it. It is playing card size. It is teeny tiny. It has a little poem for each of the cards. I really enjoyed my time with it. It gave me a lot of, it really broadened my understanding when I was new to tarot. So for the 2 of Swords, the road splits before you, this or that, head or heart, impasse, stalemate, paralysis, what ifs, possibilities, attempts to extrapolate, but who can really know the future, mental gymnastics, you can't stay parked here forever, people have places to be. For the 9 of Swords, shortness of breath, tunnel vision, am I dying? No, my love, you're purging. Now put your head between your knees and breathe. It will pass. It's just such a lovely little deck. It's a rose petal, but it's a thin rose petal, and it shuffles really well. I would show you, but I just put it in order. It's a sweet little fella. I'm not gonna lie. I will not be sad if this one doesn't sell. On the back, it shows what the alternate suits are and the majors. I like having that right on the back of the box. I paid $45 for this deck new. I'm sorry, it is currently $45 new. I paid $28 on September 20th of 2020, and I am asking $25. Next up, we have the Magical Nature Tarot. This is by the Sync Spirit Collective. Let's see, this deck is currently available for $47, and I am asking $25. It is a really pretty deck. It has a beautiful shuffle, and I want to show you, honestly, this is one of the decks that I bought for 1 card, and then I just didn't bond with it. I purchased this deck for this 4 of Swords. I just thought the legs up the wall was beautiful. on this card. It's a very light cardstock. It feels like cardboard, but it does have a little bit of a waxy protection to it. I think it's a recycled cardstock, maybe. It shuffles really well. It is collage, but from like ink dyed paper, I believe. It's a sweet little deck. It's the kind of deck that artistically I feel like maybe I would be capable of. I say that and I'm like, never mind. It's beautiful. It just came to me when I was buying decks to support artists. Look at this dishwasher. More than to use them. So yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful little deck. This is the Magical Nature Tarot. It is currently available for $47, and I am offering it very, very lightly used. I'd say shuffled less than 5 times, and I'm offering it for $25. The next deck up for grabs is the Pensive Tarot by Reese Marin. This deck is a charmer. Let's see, it is currently available for $56. It has the title card, the list of the painters, and then the guidebook quote. The guidebook is on multiple cards. There is a blank card for you to use however you wish, and everyone in this deck just looks just like there's a giant sigh. I love this card. There's a couple that I absolutely adore. There's one that reminds me of my husband. There's a couple of really grouchy people. This deck for me was very much a cheeky reader. I used it quite a bit. I mean, if this isn't a 4 of Cups expression, like, I don't want to say no, but I can't say yes to everything, and I don't like it. It don't hurt, I just don't like it. Let's see. This is my second favorite card in the deck. I love this 5 of Pentacles. But where's Mr. Raincoat? I also love the 3 of Swords. Don't squeeze the bird, little friend. The 6 of Swords will always be the card I look for. I was watching someone redo their house. Someone had moved and was putting art up on the walls, and this was one of the pieces. This is my old man. I love this 2 of Wands. I guess he's not wearing a raincoat. So the 2 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles were almost enough for me to keep this deck. Again, this is another one that if I keep it, if it doesn't move on, I won't be sad about it. That's kind of what I'm working on with this release of decks. If people don't want them, then I won't have. There are several that I will keep, and the Pensive Path is one of them. So again, this deck is currently available for $56, and I am asking $30. So next up is the Mystic Gnome Tarot. I really enjoy this deck, and this deck will come with a wrap that I have made. I cannot find where the date or when I purchased this. The copyright date is 21. I feel like I bought this right before she was doing a next print, so I'm saying sometime in 22. And I'm assuming I paid around $50 for it, but I'm not sure. This deck is glossy. It came edged in this beautiful purple that has not faded or does not come off in any way. I have used this deck extensively and it looks brand new. I think this deck is a fantastic teacher. It does have the meaning, the upright and the reverse. It's super, super cute. If I thought there was any chance that any of my nieces were curious about tarot, I would keep this, but I don't think that's where we're headed. There were 2 bonus cards in this one. There's 22 spirit guides and 23 shadow work. It's just a cute little friendly, approachable. I like how this 4 of gnomes, or the 4 of cups gnome looks a little drunk. Just a very approachable. To me, this deck feels really approachable without feeling like dumbed down or juvenile in any way. It's very non-assuming. Let's look at the 6 of Swords. Just adorable. And all of my flipping through, I don't think I ever found a meaning that was like, oh no, I don't agree with that. It's just a sweet little learner deck. Or, you know, you can ignore the commentary and just read it. It's a sweet little guy. So I paid, like I said, around $50 for the deck, and I am releasing the deck and the wrap for $40. So this is a deck that I really, really wanted to have deep, deep feelings about. But I've learned that I really don't resonate with many Oracle decks. And that's hard to say, but it's something that I'm finally admitting about myself. This is the Wisdom of the Calliope. These cards are large and in charge, and they're also just stunningly beautiful. I paid $80, around $80 for this deck on June 17th of 23. It is currently out of print. On her Facebook page, she talks about a potential reprint in summer of 25. So I just wanted to put that out there. So part of the reason why I had a hard time bonding with this deck was I probably had 10 draws, 10 single card draws, and every single time it was this card. And I couldn't find anything about the card that there was no reason for it to be, you know, tactilely to be the card that kept coming up. But this was the only card that I ever pulled anytime I drew with this deck. And if I drew multiple cards, this was always one of them. And I don't know, that made it just challenging for me to use. I love how the crossroads have the hagstones hanging in the tree. It's a beautiful deck. The guidebook is a little stapled together guy with keywords and some bullet points for each card. It's separated into numbered cards in the journey, and then some of the Circle of Old Women. It's just, it's beautiful. Again, another one that if no one bites, I will keep. This is not one that I would put in a little library. I keep talking about little libraries. We have those around town as like little take one, leave one books, and I enjoy putting decks in there. So this is the Wisdom of the Kayak. It's currently out of print. I paid $80 for it, and I am asking $85. Keeping on the theme of big cards. This one's hard. This is the Mysteries of the Black Madonna. I have shuffled this deck less than 10 times. I was obsessed with it. I saved up for it, and when I got it, it feels too big for me. I don't know how else to put it. It just feels too big. This is the guidebook. It is a chunk. It comes in a whopping 187 pages, not illustrated, so every word is meaningful. It's done by the creator in 2022. I purchased this deck for $190, and it is also currently available for $190. It came in this bag. I made a wrap for it. Hold on just a second, because I also have the rest of the goodies. Also, it came with a red rosary and a little, appears to be 3D printed Black Madonna, which will also come with the package. I made a wrap for this deck, and it is one of my favorites. It has the flaming hearts. It's just a beautiful deck. It has the little prayer that it came with, the title card, and then here is the deck. There is a duplicate of one card in here. I don't remember what it is, but when you receive it, if you flip through, there's one card that there is two of. I thought about keeping one of them for myself, but I'm like, if it came with two, then I should send it with two. I thought it was a major, but maybe I'm wrong. This deck is stunningly beautiful. It just, yeah, so for some reason my deck came with two copies of the moon card. So they're both in there for you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful on an altar, kind of like the Wisdom of the Kayak. I drew 3 times from this deck and received the one that has to do with bees all 3 times. So, and to me, that was sort of like the symbol of, this is not a deck that I'm ready to learn from at this point. It almost just felt like a big, just like a stop sign for me. Yeah, it's beautiful. It shuffles really well, I think, for being, it riffle shuffles well. It doesn't overhand well because of the finish on the cards. But it's beautiful, and I think there's so much to learn from it. But because of that, it felt overwhelming to me. And I was watching a video from, the creator's name is With Love Christina, and she does a lot of like vintage homemaking and vintage cleaning videos, but she's really down to earth. And one of the things she talked about in a most recent video of hers was how she wanted everything in her home to be useful and to have a place to be put away. And that's kind of how I'm looking at at what I'm releasing at this point. I'm releasing what is not useful, what I'm not currently using, and what doesn't have a clear home in my house. So this is the Mysteries of the Black Madonna. It is currently available for $190 and I am asking $125. Let's do some bundles, shall we? So we'll start with the Wandering Moon. I'm bundling the Tarot and the Major Arcana deck, the Wandering Echo, bundling these together. They are, where's my notes? They are both currently available. The Wandering Moon is $53. The Wandering Echo is $40.13. So the two of them together currently would be $93, and I am asking $55 for the pair. What I like about these two decks is they are interchangeable, but you can tell which ones came from which deck. The Wandering Moon has a guidebook, a nice hard box, and I think these cards are beautiful. They remind me a little bit of the Body Wisdom Tarot by Jessica Botts. It has that same, the same black and white, clear lines, anatomical presence at times. I love all of that. Is it called stippling? All of the little dot art. If you're currently one of my Reiki 1 students, this is the Oracle deck that pairs with this is the card that you received. It's just a sweet little deck. There are a few bonus cards, the Wanderer, the New Moon, and the Full Moon. The suits are changed to moons, stars, swords are the same, and wands are the same. I'll show a few more of the minors just so you know what you're looking at. So they're kind of pippish, but they also, if you are familiar with Rider-Waite, it's very easy to see the symbols and the wands here, and the four that make circle. Yeah, just a sweet little guy. And then the Major Arcana, the Wandering Echo, it also has a guidebook in the same font with a journal prompt, and just a little bit more information for each one. The backs are the same in these two decks, but the font is different. So if you wanted to replace or add in, you have the ability to do that, but you can always separate them again by the fonts on the cards. When I was using this deck, I replaced the entire Major Arcana with the Wandering Echo. I really like this deck. This may be one of my favorite Hermit cards. I just think it's stunning. And we have a spine for fortitude, a hanging heart for sacrifice. The trappedness here in the Devil, things feeling upside down in the Tower. This is just a sweet little deck. And the bonus cards here are the Self, the Hidden Realm, and the Eastern Skies. So yeah, these are currently available for a total of $93 for the two of them together. And I am asking $55 for the pair. And this is the Wandering bundle. And next we have the Christmas bundle. We have the glitter edition of the Winter Waite and the Pixie's Whisper, what's it called? Pixie Whispers Tarot Christmas Edition. These are from 21. I made the little gnome wrap that goes with the Christmas gnome because this deck did not come with a wrap or a box of any sort. I purchased Pixie's Whisper for $59 in September of 22. It is currently out of print. I purchased the Winter Weight Glitter Edition for around $45. I bought 2 decks for like $92, so I just split the difference. It is also currently out of print, and I am asking $70 for the bundle, including the wrap. I really enjoy these decks. So the Pixie's Whisper deck is as the typical Rider-Waite, but Christmasized. And what I enjoy so much is how things are zoomed in and zoomed out, and little Christmas elements are added. So the Emperor has a little snow globe. The Hierophant has Christmas bells above their head. The lovers are in front of Christmas trees. The star is simply the figure inside of the chariot. The Hermit has on a Santa hat, and there's a little squirrel down here. It's just charming. It's a linen cardstock, so it shuffles really well. I love this deck. I only need one Christmas deck, and I have 3. So there's Santa in the smoke of the tower. The star is wearing a scarf made of holly. It's just adorable. And I love how it brings such a Christmas theme to very, very familiar symbols, as our figure is leaving a very, very festive Christmas party. It's just charming, and it's really cute. I just don't need 3 Christmas decks. So yeah, these 2 are bundled together. So we have Pixie's Whisper, and then we also have the Glitter Winter Weight. This deck shuffles surprisingly well to be covered in glitter. It is very Rider-Waite Smith. I feel like she looks like Alanis Morissette. But I hope you can see the glitter. They're covered with just a thin layer of glitter. I love, where is he at? An old school Santa as Justice with his naughty and nice list. I love it. It has 2, is it 3 of Pentacles? Yeah. So it has 2 different options for the 3 of Pentacles, building a snowman, and then these really creepy costumed figures. I don't get it. But yeah, it's a super cute, what an elf working away. Yeah, I really like it. It's darling. It's a really good reader. Again, shuffles surprisingly well, covered in glitter. I wonder where... I'm going to double check, because I just noticed when I flipped through that the wands don't have the rest of... Oh, they're here at the beginning for some reason. Yeah, I was checking to make sure we had all the court cards there, because I did put these back in order. So the Knight and the Page of Wands. There we go. So yeah, this is the Christmas bundle. That is the Winter Wait and Pixie's Whisper Christmas edition. Both of these are out of print. But this one, of course, you do get the wrap. I paid a total of, goodness, $114 for the pair, and I am asking $70. Next, we have the Visions bundle. I'm gonna have to move my camera up. We have the giant book from James Eads, Prisma Visions on one side, Cosmovisions on the other. So it is a guidebook for both decks, and then both decks. Currently, the decks are $50 a piece. The book is $35, and the additional cards in this deck are $10, so that's $145, and I am asking $85 for the bundle. And for any of the bundles, I'm going to let them stand for 2 weeks bundled up before I separate them out. So I'm hoping that won't be necessary. And because this is such a big bundle, this will require extra postage. I think this will be in the $15 box instead of the $10 box. But the book is very expansive. It has full color card and the write-up in upright and reversed for both the tarot and the oracle deck, and the bonus cards as well. This is a deck these are decks that I really, really, really wanted to use. I used them quite a bit several years ago when I was doing readings online. I just haven't for a while, and yeah, it's time to move them on. I think they're beautiful. I just think they're gorgeous. There are multiple cards. It's a beautiful death card. And I love how they tell a story if you lay them all out together. I want to show you the Chariot that I love so much, right? Yes, with the car headlights. It's a great little deck. I love how the swords are so cold. I love how that comes across, and how the Six of Swords is this bridge. I mean, I could do without the birds and the swords, but you know, and how earthy the wands feel. I love this Seven of Wands, how he's having to jump across these pylons in the water. I think it's that's one of my favorite Seven of Wands. And this is this tiny elephants came in this version of the deck. And then this is the $10 bonus cards. They have foil to them. There's gift, strawberries, the holographic version of the tiny elephants, reverie. My friend Miranda lived in Cincinnati, and right after she died, Cincinnati has the flying pig, the marathon, the half marathon. It's kind of it's their thing, and I drew this card so many times right after she died. And then elimination. So this is, I can never keep straight which one is tarot and which one is oracle, but this is it just says the Visions guide. This is one of the Visions. This is the Prisma Visions Tarot. And then the Cosmo Visions is the oracle. I don't know that I ever used this deck. It's set up like the tarot where it has majors, court cards, and then 4 suits. But the one thing that I'm glad this deck came to me is I have the geomancy coins, and they have a very clear meaning in my practice. So I kind of feel like these decks came to me as a way for me to get the coins, which is roundabout, but I'll take it. I love this Past Lives card, and I love the Labyrinth, the Maze card. It is a stunningly beautiful deck. I have a real connection with the Elementalist. I have a real connection with the Mender and the Dreamer and the Romantic. This and the Mystic. I'm gonna remind myself to scan these before they go out. And I think another reason why I really didn't have a lot in connection with this deck is because it is so much about birds, and birds are not my jam. Look at this, the 4 of Embers. Such a beautiful parallel with the 4 of Wands. And the lotuses are beautiful. Yeah, it's stunning. It's just not in my practice. So for the Visions bundle, we have the Giant Book, we have the Tarot deck, and the Oracle deck together for $85. So we've got 2 more bundles to talk about. The first I am calling the Creepy bundle. All of these are available mass market. We have the Tarot of Curious Creatures, the Nicoletta Ciccoli Tarot, the Ciccoli Oracle, and the Tarot of Mystical Moments. I am asking $40 for the grouping and this wrap for the Tarot of Mystical Moments, which is, again, perfect. One of my prouder fabric matching moments. Each of these are available for between $15 and $25 new. Yeah, so we'll do a quick walkthrough of these. The Tarot of Mystical Moments is this beautiful, large and in charge deck. I've been really impressed with how well they reflect the tarot. Like the creator, which would be Catherine Wellstein, really knows the tarot and the creation of this deck. It's just stunning. It has silver edging. There are multiples of several cards, which are all in the back of the deck. There were 2 emperors. There were 2 of each of the kings, and then the title card. So included in the Creepy bundle, Tarot of Mystical Moments, and a wrap. Also included in Creepy bundle, the Tarot of Curious Creatures. I very much enjoy this deck. Chris Ann writes beautiful guidebooks, so well done. I edge this deck in mild liners, just random, with red, purple, brown, and teal, I think. There's a lot of reds right in the middle, which kind of cracks me up, but it's been used a lot, so there's no rub off at this point. There are 2 versions of the full. There's the full and then the full 2.0 when they've grown up a little bit. And there seems to be a real love-hate relationship with this deck. Either you love it or it's creepy. I really loved it. It's another one that I read with a lot when I was reading for other people. It just does not, like how cute this star. It just doesn't really resonate with me when I read for myself. And that's all I'm doing anymore. Look at the hippos. So, again, Chris Ann is brilliant. And in the Page of Cups and the Rider-Waite-Smith, there's a goldfish jumping out of the cup that the page is holding. And here we have a person jumping out of the cup that the fish is holding. And it's just clever. I love the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. It's just really well done. And again, it just doesn't... There was a king that I really liked. Look at that King of Cups. I mean, what a handsome little polar bear. So yeah, really cute deck. It has been edged by me. I just don't use it. So maybe you might. And then we have the Nicoletta Ciccoli Tarot and Oracle. There still is the guidebook and the title cards. I'm assuming you've seen this. It's been around. What is the date on this, by the way? It may, I guess it doesn't have a date. I guess it's not like books. I'm curious. Humor me. Oh, printed in 21. I really would have thought it was older than that. That's obviously just my copy. I don't know. I feel like I saw it before 21. A little bit creepy. Again, one of those that I bought when when I thought I was a certain type of reader and then realized that's not me. And then we also have the Oracle, which is only 32 cards, but it has a pretty nice guidebook in multiple languages. So half a page or so for each card. Really pretty. Really emotive images that unfortunately just didn't really resonate with me, especially without a keyword or anything on the card. These are one of these that I was like, I will, I'll make my own and I'll put keywords on, and then, it never happened. So in the creepy bundle, we have the Ciccoli Oracle, the Nicoletta Ciccoli Tarot, the Tarot of Curious Creatures, the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and the wrap for Mystical Moments. And I am asking $40 for the creepy bundle. And then to counter the creepy decks, I have a grouping of cute decks. Here we have the White Sage Tarot, the Tarot de Luz, and the Wandering Star Oracle. Each of these sell between $18 and $20 on Amazon right now. I'm offering the bundle for $35. So let's do a walkthrough of these little friends. White Sage is tiny in a little tin. It's got a guidebook, a walkthrough of the chakras. They are present in the coloration of the cards. I love how the kitty cat has a little crescent moon on her forehead. Sloth in the hoodie. Judgment is turning on the light. It is a little pippish, but it's really, really cute. It's a good reader. I used to, this to me energetically matches the Mesquite Tarot, I think, which you'll see probably next week. Just a cute little guy with a really warm, a really warm but not sugarcoating energy is the white sage. The Tarot de Luz was my bedside deck for a very, very long time. It has the 2 title cards, and there's something about this deck that feels like in some places like a more pastel, more approachable version of the Lillifer to me. I can't put my finger on the why. But it's a solid reader. This feels very Mr. Rogers, like the puppets in Mr. Rogers to me. It's a good little deck. I'm just not using it. I think it's part of something about this dog feels Lillifer to me. So, the second of the 3 in the cute bundle is the Tarot de Luz. And then finally we have the Wandering Star. I really like this deck. I read with it a lot when I was reading for other people. It has a guidebook. I edge them with mildliners, majors, and then the suits. One of my favorite things about this deck is it has keywords in the artwork, but you kind of have to look for them. They don't jump right out. I feel like this deck is, Mary Englebright has gone a little goth. It's a great little friend. Yeah, I just love how the keywords they're there, but if you don't look, you don't notice. And I really like, is it the 10 of Wands? Yeah, the 10 of Wands where she's being burned. Love it, love it. And the backs are maybe my favorite backs. So this is the cute bundle of the White Sage Tarot, the Tarot de Luz, and the Wandering Star Tarot, all 3 for a total of $35. So my plan is to keep the bundles bundled for a couple of weeks, and if they don't move, then we'll look at separating them. Decks from previous weeks are going to be marked down as of today. 1 to 2 weeks left. Things that are still floating around that I am still working up the guts to say adios to. The Mesquite Tarot is probably the biggest one, I think, at this point. I'm going to have a couple, 1, maybe 2 yoga bundles next week that I'm really excited about. I think there's a couple of really decks that are really going to work well together visually and thematically. Yeah, and then once I've made all of my final decisions, and there will also be 1 video left on the decks that I am keeping. So yeah, I'm excited. If any questions, let me know. They're at theyogastill.com/decks, and I'll see you next week for the next installment.